Glad to have a couple of people here and that you got my email, I imagine, that says I'm making this model magic project today. So here is the project that I wanted to show. And I guess I need to, it's going to focus on me. Okay, so I need to have it right in front of me. So here is my model magic project that I made. I love to work with this kind of stuff because it's just so soft and I used to do a lot of classes after school with it too. And the students always really enjoyed it because it just stuck together so well. So I would love to figure out how to make these and show you how to do these on live streams, because then I can do them really quickly. And I can show you all the ideas that I have, because I think I have about 50 of them that I've done over the years, all kinds of cute animal things. And so at any rate, this is an experiment to see how well I can show you this, and just the focus is gonna drive me crazy. But okay, so there's my mushrooms. And why do I like to work with model magic? The three biggest reasons are that it's really soft to work with, so students really love squishing it. It's a very tactile, it's kind of a soothing thing to do. And this stuff really sticks to itself really well. So if you're trying to build things with tiny little details, it really works amazing. That's why I can put all these tiny little dots on here, and you don't have anything that's falling off. The other reason is that you can mix colors. So I can get into that in another project. But you can teach students color lessons, like mixing red and white, to make pink and make lots of pink things. I'm going to do a squishy caterpillar next, and that's using a little bit of green with yellow. So that's really cool because you get a really chartreusey, squishy caterpillar color. So that's the reason why I love to work with this. I do have model magic projects on my website that have some pictures to go with it, but they don't have instructions. So like I said, I'm working on figuring out how to show you guys really quickly and easily how to do something like this. Keep that in focus. And then if we can figure that out with you, then I can show you all these things that I've been working with for years. So to get started, here is the supplies. This is what the stuff looks like when you buy it. The white stuff is less expensive than the others, so that's why I like working with projects that are mostly white. These mushrooms here, they're white underneath. They just have a color, like a wrapping of color that goes over the top. So that keeps your color down to a minimum. And because the more you can buy with white, the better off you are, because that's one color that Michael's and Amazon sells. You can get these big class packs, and it's also easy to pass out. You don't have to make sure every student has the right amount of different colors and so on. So one other tip I'm going to show you about making these projects is that you need to put them on a base and make it kind of like a sticky bottom here, because that's going to keep your creation that you make from rolling around inside your cup. And this solution is something that I came up with after school classes, because I could never figure out how to get things home. They were so fragile. And having these cups that I got these on Amazon, they're like 17 cents each. You can get a whole bunch of them. And they seal, they look really cute. You can make a nice display like that. And another thing is that they keep them kind of airtight, because if you let this out in the open, this model magic stuff does dry, and then it just gets kind of a little dull, and it will crack, so it doesn't look as great. But this won't keep it forever, but it will keep it, I would say, for at least several months or something. If you wanted to do an art show, it'd be great for that. So let me continue showing you how I made these, because what I recommend is not starting with the stems, but actually starting with the cap, covering it with a color, putting those little dots on, and then making a stem and sticking it onto this little base, and then making sure that that fits inside here. So I'll start by opening. I sure wish I could figure out how to get to the chat, but like I said, I'm not going to spend your time looking for that. I'll figure that out the next time. So this package is 4 ounces of model magic. I'm going to cut it into fourths, because I think, no, actually, I'm going to cut it in half, because I think to make the caps and the stems, it does take a little bit. So you're going to need about 2 ounces of this model magic. So I'll cut it in half now to for one mushroom and then one for the other. Here's another example of one that I made that is just with two. I think that's, unless you made them really tiny, let me get this in the camera. Unless you made tiny ones, I think two is a good, it seems to be a good number to put in there. One giant one that's really fancy could be cool too, but you just have to take care to not make something that's too wide that you can't get your cat back on there when you're done. Okay, so here, this is my, for one mushroom. I'm gonna start by taking off a piece and rolling it, and this is gonna be the cap. So you can explain to your students, you just roll it and roll it, roll it. Then to make that, it's like a half of a sphere that we need. So you could press it on something smooth, or I'm gonna use my fingers here just to show you that I'm gonna press it flat because it doesn't have to be perfectly flat. But let me just think of that on the camera, like that. And press it. And that kind of looks like the top of a mushroom. It's flat on one side and domed on the other side. Then I'm going to use, I have purple here, so I'm going to use that for my top. To make those tops, you need to make a really, really thin kind of flat pancake. So here's my piece. I think this is plenty because you can really spread it out very thin. Make it super thin like this and keep squeezing it and squeezing it till it, because this needs to go over this whole shape. And sometimes, even when I've done it, thinking it looks close and it's not quite big enough. So it's better to make it super big. Keep this in the camera. So like paper thin, because all we need is to have the color. It doesn't matter how thick it is. So if you show your students this, see how thin that is, it's going to be a little wobbly. And then I'm going to take my mushroom and put it over the top, try to keep it centered. So there's my top. Wrap it down around the sides. And you'll see this stuff, it does love to stick. So try to get it on right the first time because it won't let you take it and scoot it around if you get it off center. So there, it's starting to look like a covered half dome. And right now it's kind of got that extra underneath it, but that's okay because you can also cut this stuff really easily. See, I'm gonna cut it with my scissors and just trim off the edge. Like that. And there. Now I have a pretty neat looking little purple cap to my mushroom. I might spend a minute or two smoothing that out afterwards also, so it doesn't have any kind of wrinkles. But now I think the easiest thing to do is put the dots on here while you have it in your hands before you put it on your stem, because then it's just a little trickier to manage. So these teeny, teeny little pieces is all you need to make a polka dot. Press it really flat like that. Press it on, and you have one dot. Then you just keep doing that. See, this is almost like not even as big as a pea. It's much smaller. Stick it on, and you have another one. So that's what I love about Model Magic, is you can do so many little details like this, and nothing falls off. You just can't, like if you decided you didn't want it, you're better off squeezing it and turning this into light purple Model Magic instead of trying to undo it, because that's the only thing is once it's there, it really wants to stay there. So then keep going until you have all of these little dots on here, as many as you want. I'm going to put just a few more on here so at least one side looks finished for you. Then like that and like that. So see, we're starting to get the look of a mushroom. One other thing that I didn't do on my sample, but we could do, is make some of those really cool little, are they called filament or something like that? Those lines that are underneath the mushroom. So if you went like this and then took a few minutes to make some dents going all the way around. That'd be pretty cool too. Maybe older students could try something like that out. So after I have one, then I'm just gonna pretend like this is my one that I was working on here. So I'm gonna use my little one from my other sample from my second mushroom. But the way you make your stem now is take the remaining part of the white that you have, roll it into a ball, and then roll it back and forth to make the stem. And if you've seen many mushrooms, you know that the bottom is kind of gets wider and the top gets a little bit narrower. We can kind of flatten that so it looks like it's got so it's going to attach better. So it's kind of like that. Then my mushroom cap just goes on top like so. And there's the side that looks a little more finished. So that's, I'm going to have to work with this camera so that it isn't fuzzy in some places. So there's my mushroom. Put it next to my face there. That looks better. And then to make the base for our cup, these are the cups. Every student's going to need one of these. And the trick then is just to make a base. I'm going to use some black to make my dirt. And this is pretty easy. It's the one solution that I found, because if you did just put these in here and send them home, they'd wobble all around and might be pretty beat up by the time they make it home. So you take your top of your cup, and then you're going to press really hard. And it doesn't really matter what color, although it's nice to make it, kind of work with whatever you've created. So this is kind of like black dirt is what I'm imagining. Press it really hard. If you do it hard enough, it's going to stick to the cup and be pretty secure, because we don't want it to like wiggle off at any point. So that's now ready to go. Another thing to tell students is don't make your circle so big that it goes into the edge, because you need to save room for that. You keep this here, we'll stay in focus. You need to keep the model magic inside so that you still have room to put the cup on. So after that, then when you've created your mushrooms, then the fun part, you can just put one here, there. I'll put it tilted like that. I'm going to put one kind of on the side, and then I have a little baby one that goes over here. And if you press it into the base, then it should really stay pretty well. This one's wiggling over just a little bit, but there we go. That's the basic project. I'm going to push these together a little bit too, so that they definitely stay inside that cup shape. So when that is done, then you can put your lid back on, snap it shut, and you have a really cute project that is going to make it home, or you can use it for an art display too. I think these would be really cute if they're all lined up and you had all these different colors. Like this one is, the red and purple. But all you need is a little bit of color for the top of the mushroom, and a little bit of green or black or something for the base, and then lots of white, and that will help you make lots and lots of mushrooms. I think this is about the $2 worth of model magic. I figured out the white is about $2 worth. The cups are 17 cents. That's almost nothing. So maybe at the top end, this would be like a $3 project, which you couldn't do every day, but for special occasions, it certainly makes a fun project. So that's it. Like I said, next time I promise I will figure out how to find the chat. I know it's real basic. I know it's right here, but for the life of me, I'm not gonna keep you waiting while I look for that. So anyhow, thank you for joining me. I hope this was interesting and that you learned more about it. And feel free to check out my website, artprojectsforkids.org. If you Google, or if you search for Model Magic projects in there, then there's one post that I have that has 12 different projects all by itself. And I'll be sure to add this one to it too. So that's it. Thank you for joining me. And I hope to see you. And I'll send you a link when I do this again. Thanks.